Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make eyebrows on Procreate. So once you've opened the app and you have your sketch done, you have to sketch how you want the eyebrow to be first. Then after that you want to add a new layer. So the new layer should be beneath your sketch layer. Once the layer is beneath your sketch layer, you're going to use a technical pencil for your drawings. Technical pencil is underneath sketching. For you to draw the eyebrow, you're going to flick your pencil upward in a little spiral motion, and you can also reduce the brush opacity if you don't like the thickness of the brush. Then after that, you're going to do that same little spiral motion upward along the sketch layer as I'm doing. Now select the blending brush so you can blend little part of the hair strands. You don't have to blend everything completely, just blend out little part of it. Now add a new layer. The layer should be beneath all the layers you've worked on before. Then the brush you're going to use now is going to be the airbrush, but for me I'm going to use the soft brush instead of the soft airbrush, and I'm still using the color black because I want the eyebrow to be black, and I'm going to lightly add in the colors beneath that layer. Make sure you're working on the layer beneath all the layers you've done or you're sketching and all your works on. Now reduce the layer opacity so you can see all the drawings you've done and so you can clean out appropriately. So you're going to use the eraser brush to clean out the excess painting you did on the layer. Now you can adjust the opacity of the layer to however dark or however light you want the eyebrow should be. Then after you've done that, you go back to the layer where you were making the stroke of strands of eyebrow. So you're going to pick the same technical brush you were working with and add more strands so the eyebrow is going to look more realistic. You can add more strands of hair however bushy you want the eyebrow to look like. You can also make the eyebrow very light by adding little or very light hair strands into the eyebrow, but it depends on your preference. So that's just it about using Procreate for drawing eyebrows. So the next video that is going to come on is going to be how to make eyebrow on Adobe Draw. So for Adobe Draw, you're going to follow similar process as Procreate. Once you have the outline done, what you do next is for you to add a new layer, and the layer should be beneath. But for Adobe Draw, it's a different process because we're going to reduce the opacity of the sketch layer, and on the new layer we're going to use the first brush, which is the round brush, and you reduce the opacity of the brush and paint in some colors into the eyebrow. But for painting, you don't go all over the entire picture, because for Adobe Draw the blending process is very difficult, and for you to get a blended feeling in Adobe Draw, what you do is that you blend out, or you're going to add the color right from the tip of the base towards the middle of the eyebrow. So you're going to do it lightly and make sure you cover the entire base. So just follow along what I'm doing and you get a picture of what I'm trying to talk about. Once you're done with that, you're going to follow the same procedure as we did with the Procreate. Reduce the opacity of the layer and erase out the excess drawings you've made. So just be careful when erasing using Adobe Draw, because the brush is really very sharp and defined, so you wouldn't have this blurred out brush. So just erase out the excess part following the sketch layer. Make sure you are following the guide. So now the next thing you want to do is to add a new layer, and after you've added the new layer, use the second brush, which is the basic taper brush. Make sure the color is also black, but if you have an Apple Pencil you can leave the pressure dynamic turned on, but if you don't have Apple Pencil you can turn it off. Then reduce the opacity of the brush. Make sure you reduce the opacity and stroke in lightly little strands of hair. Follow the same pattern as I did with the Procreate and it's almost similar. So that's just it for using Adobe Draw to make eyebrows. So it just has to be your preference, whatever works for you. If you want it too bushy you can add more strands, but if you don't want it bushy you can just add little strands. So that's it for using Adobe Draw for making eyebrow. And thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this tutorial you can subscribe to my channel, and I also have videos on other parts of the face you're having troubles with. Just subscribe to my channel so you can be notified anytime I upload new videos. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.